Hello vinyl community. This is my second video about the albums I bought in Utrecht in September. I was there with my daughter. We've just visited two record stores. It weren't even record stores, they were antique stores who sold vinyl, and I visited one of them last month. Told you about it. They had albums for €3. And I went there back again. But before that shop there was another antique shop, and I saw an album. I went inside and said, "Do you sell vinyl?" "Yes, of course, we have a lot of vinyl. They're all €2 or €1. If you go to the basement we have even albums for €1. And I show you what I bought. Visited two shops, bought around 23 albums, so I was very lucky that day. Janet Watkins and the Dominators. It's an album I had when I was younger. I really liked it. I think it's kind of pop rock. Any Fair with a Low plays on it. And if you know the albums by Any Fair and Low, which I really like, Bebop Ahola, it's nothing special, but they're funny albums, nice albums to play. And this one too. I really like it to find it back again. Janie Americans on Rhino. The best of. And I only know Janie Americans from Tamiya and Come a Little Bit Closer. But having read all the inside info on the backside, I found out they had a lot more hits. So I'm very anxious to hear how this sounds, the rest of them. Dwight Joakim, I don't know if you say it right, Dwight Joakim. Don't know anything about the guy. I know he makes country albums, he played in movies, but I remember that his first albums also got some very good reviews when they were released. And I think this is the second album. So I thought, why not Dwight Joakim? Michael Nesmith in his first national band. This one has Silver Moon on it. It's the reason I bought it. It also has I Fall to Pieces. It's the second song on the album. And I saw that Red Rhodes plays steel guitar on his album. And Glenn Dean Harden plays guitar. Plays piano, so I always read that he made some very nice albums with the first national band. John B. Sebastian, his first solo album with Crosby, Stills and Nash on it, and a lot more people. iCats, Dallas Taylor, Harvey Brooks. I haven't played it yet. I don't know if it's a good album, don't know what to expect of it, but I like Lovin Spoonful. Blame It on the Bossa Nova, Eddie Gourmet. This is an American pressing, this is an original American pressing. I always like the song. It also has One Out Samba, Desafinado. And as you know, I really like Antonio Carlos Jobim, the composer of most of these songs. And whenever I see a song with an album with songs written by him, most of the times I buy the albums. The Song of the Old Water Wheel, Slim Whitman. It's on an old Imperial label. I think that's why I bought it. I thought, well, I don't know anything about Slim Whitman. I only know he plays country music, but China Doll, The Song of the Old Water Wheel. This one I think is an underrated album, a strange album, but the best buy of the day, Gene Clark, no other. Album released on Asylum after his first solo album, White Light. This was released on A&M, which I think was a beautiful country album, country rock album. Beautiful songs on it, Spanish guitar something, yeah, I don't know. This is something quite different. Also, Gene Clark looks a bit different over here, long hair, strange trousers. It's not country anymore, not country rock, it's pop, but on the other hand, it has some amazing songs on it. I like the title song no other. I especially like the song Strength of Strings. And although people said, well, most people said it was a disgusting album, a terrible album, I always liked it, and I was really happy to find this one. And only €2. Rubens' second album. Back to the drawing board. Sorry. In another video I showed the first album. That was Peekaboo. And I Think We're Alone Now. That's the only album I know. I think this is the second album. But I like the first album, so the second album can't be that bad. This one was €1. Chris Spedding. And the album is called Cafe Days. In another video I showed you Chris Spedding Hurt album. I told you it is one of a very good album. I really liked that album. I know some songs from the album before that, when it's motorbiking. I never saw this album. I don't know anything about the album. But for €1, Chris Spedding. This also was €1. Paul Desmond, Crystal Illusions. Saxophonist, of course, of Take 5 fame, Dave Brubeck. I like the way he plays, very soft, very sweet, very nice albums. €1. This one was €5. We went to the other shop, that album for €3. The only album that was a bit more expensive was this one. This one was €5. Merle Haggard, Okie from Muskokie, live with Mama Tried, Sing Me Back Home, White Line Fever, which I think is a beautiful song, beautiful done by the Flying Burrito. It's Only Rock and Roll, Waylon Jennings, €3. Chicago. Yes, I still collect brass rock, and this was the only Chicago album I really wanted to have. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 5 and 6, and I think that is some I bought for €1, but I think these are the best. Although I still want to have the album with Street Player on it. Mink DeVille, Le Chat Bleu. And this one has the song Heaven Stood Still on it, which I think is the most beautiful thing Mink DeVille has ever done. Heaven Stood Still, look it up on YouTube. It's a beautiful song. Waylon Jennings and Company, Waylon and Company. €3, and these are songs with Jerry Reed, Hank Williams Jr., Ernest Tubb, Emmylou Harris, Willie Nelson, Tony Joe White, Waylon, Jesse Coulter, James Garner and Mel Tills. Cheap Trick. Last month I bought the first album, This Is Heaven Tonight. I really like Cheap Trick. Power pop at its best, I think. Very fine. There she is again, Lynn Anderson. Like I said before in another video, for some reason I like Lynn Anderson, Tammy Wynette. I don't like women with blonde hair, but I like their songs. Well, she has a bit brown hair. You're My Man, I Can Spot a Cheater, Cry, Cry, Cry Again. Not 3 times. That's a horrible song, but okay. The best of Skeeter Davis, of course, with The End of the World. He says the same thing to me. I forgot more than you will ever know. Skeeter sings Dolly. Skeeter Davis sings Dolly Parton. With Joshua, Fuel to the Flame, Touch Your Woman. Daddy was an all-time preacher, man. But it got some very good reviews when I looked it up at AllMusic. Ta-da! Reckless Eric. The Wonderful World of Reckless Eric. second album after the album Whole Wide World and Reconnaissance Sherry. And this one has Take the Cashew. It was a small hit in the Netherlands. But it also has Dizzy, known by Tommy Rowe, on it. I Wish It Would Rain. And Crying, Waiting and Hoping. I saw a video on YouTube with the Proclaimers where they do a Whole Wide World. I like it better when he does it alone. But okay, this one was €3. Tammy Wynette, I Still Believe in Fairy Tales. And this one has I Still Believe in Fairy Tales, brown paper bag, the bottle. I like it. And last but certainly not least, Listen to a Country Song. Lynn Anderson. Okay, this is what I bought in Utrecht. And like I said, a lot of albums, only €2-3. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you leave a comment. Hope you subscribe. Hope to see you again. And I think I'll make a video with the country albums I bought in my thrift store. Okay, bye.